So maybe Stuart, the first thing we want to discuss today is about dining habits we discussed, right? So when dining habits change, sometimes can be a leading indicator of how consumers are spending and thinking about things. So are you seeing a similar trend in North Asia, in Hong Kong and in China?
Yeah, there's certainly some interesting trends going on in terms of consumption on the mainland and also in Hong Kong. And I think it's playing out somewhat in food and beverage, but it's also in other areas where we see things like toys, jewelry, also experiencing shifts. I think consumers are definitely much more value conscious, and I think part of that is also in terms of the way that they spend their money, in terms of making sure they're doing proper research into products, ensuring they really understand the proposition of products, which provides opportunity and risk for companies.
So do you think people are just genuinely more value orientated, or are they doing more emotional spending? And do you think this is linked to the pop mart craze we have seen in the last couple of months?
Yeah, really good question. I do think there is a genuine value element to it, a trade down, if you like, but it's more complex than that. I think that there's elements of an overhang of weak consumer sentiment from things like COVID. Obviously, it's been a relatively weak macro environment in China. Job security has been a concern among consumers. And so I think there is an emphasis on avoiding high ticket spending of the past and moving towards low ticket spending. But there's also other elements at play in terms of a sense of belonging and tapping into these emotional resonance of the characters or the goods that they're buying, the toys. Somebody was saying to me just earlier that you had this lipstick craze around the financial crisis, for instance, where people would go out and buy lipstick for a little bit of a dopamine hit during difficult times. And a colleague was saying to me just the other day, they're doing the same thing with Labubus. They have a bad meeting at work, they go out and they buy a Labubu for a bit of a dopamine hit.
I think your colleague's not the only one. I have other friends who do the same. A bad day, they go queue, pick up their Labubu, and they feel better right away.
The queues are longer than Chanel handbags now, right?